Ladies and gentlemen, every great achievement in history began as an idea nurtured, believed in, and acted upon. The world you see around you was shaped by those who dared to dream, who refused to accept limitations, and who took action despite uncertainty. Your future is no different. The power to create the life you desire is entirely in your hands. It is not determined by where you were born, the challenges you have faced, or the opinions of others. It is determined by the decisions you make each day. There will be moments of doubt. There will be times when fear whispers that you're not ready, that you're not good enough, or that success is for someone else. But let me tell you this: fear is a liar. The only way to move forward is to silence that voice. Take the first step, and then another. Progress comes not from perfection, but from persistence. You will stumble. You will face setbacks. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the journey. The most successful people in the world have one thing in common: they refused to quit. They learned, adapted, and kept going when others gave up. So ask yourself today, what kind of future do you want? Not what others expect of you, not what seems safe, but what truly sets your soul on fire. Once you have that answer, commit to it, plan for it, and most importantly, take action. Because in the end, the future does not simply arrive, it is created. And it is created by those who have the courage to believe in themselves and take control of their destiny. The question is, will you be one of them? Your future is in your hands. It's a simple statement, yet one of the most powerful truths about life. No matter where you come from, what circumstances you were born into, or what challenges you face, the decisions you make today will shape the future you experience tomorrow. This idea is both liberating and terrifying, because it means that no one else is responsible for the life you create but you. Many people go through life believing that their future is dictated by fate, luck, or the actions of others. They look at successful people and think they were just lucky, or they had the right connections. But the truth is, success, whether in career, relationships, or personal fulfillment, is rarely an accident. It is the result of conscious choices, hard work, and perseverance. It is about seeing life as something you have control over, rather than something that happens to you. Think about the people who have achieved great things. They weren't necessarily the smartest, the wealthiest, or the most privileged. They were the ones who decided to take responsibility for their lives. They refused to let their past dictate their future. They recognized that every day presents an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to move closer to their goals. They understood that even small choices, how they spend their time, who they surround themselves with, what thoughts they allow to dominate their mind, can have a profound impact on their future. It's easy to blame circumstances when things don't go as planned. It's easy to say, I didn't have the right opportunities. I wasn't given the right support, or life is unfair. While these things may be true, they do not have to define your future. There are countless stories of people who have risen from adversity, from poverty, from setbacks that seemed impossible to overcome. What separates them from others is their mindset, the belief that they are in control, that their actions matter, and that they have the power to change their own destiny. Taking ownership of your future means making intentional choices every day. It means setting goals that align with your passions and values. It means developing the discipline to follow through, even when motivation fades. It means seeking out knowledge, learning new skills, and constantly improving yourself. Growth does not happen by accident. It is the result of deliberate effort. Fear often holds people back from taking control of their lives. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of stepping outside their comfort zone. But fear is just an illusion. It is only as powerful as you allow it to be. The most successful people in the world experience fear just like everyone else, but they don't let it stop them. They take action despite their doubts. They understand that failure is not the end, but a lesson. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, adjust, and come back stronger. Your environment and the people you surround yourself with also play a major role in shaping your future. If you are constantly around negativity, discouragement, and people who don't believe in their own potential, it becomes easy to adopt that same mindset. But if you surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and push you to be better, you begin to see new possibilities for yourself. Your influences matter, and you have the power to choose them. Success in any form is not about waiting for the right moment. There will never be a perfect time to start. There will always be obstacles, distractions, and reasons to delay. But waiting only ensures that nothing changes. If you want something different for your life, you have to take action now, even if it's just a small step. Progress builds momentum, and momentum creates change. When you fully embrace the idea that your future is in your hands, you stop waiting for permission. You stop making excuses. You stop blaming others. Instead, you take control. You decide what you want, and you do what it takes to make it happen. This is not easy. It requires discipline, resilience, and a willingness to step into the unknown. But it is the only way to truly create a life that is fulfilling and meaningful.
Fear is one of the biggest obstacles that stands between people and the life they want to create. It's an invisible force, but it feels incredibly real. It keeps people stuck in their comfort zones, afraid to take risks, afraid to fail, and afraid to step into the unknown. Fear whispers that you're not ready, that you're not good enough, that you don't have what it takes. And if you listen to it, you end up staying exactly where you are, watching opportunities pass you by while others move forward. Everyone experiences fear. It doesn't matter how successful or confident someone appears to be, at some point they've battled fear just like anyone else. The difference between those who create the future they want and those who don't isn't the absence of fear, but the way they respond to it. Instead of letting fear dictate their decisions, they acknowledge it, push through it, and take action anyway. They understand that fear is not a stop sign. It's just a sign that you're stepping into something unfamiliar, something that has the potential to change your life. The mind is wired to avoid danger, and fear is its way of keeping you safe. But in today's world, fear isn't always protecting you from actual threats. It's often just protecting you from discomfort. The fear of public speaking isn't a life or death situation. The fear of starting a business and failing isn't an actual physical danger. The fear of putting yourself out there, trying something new or taking a risk isn't going to harm you in any real way. It's just uncomfortable. And that's where most people get stuck. They let discomfort stop them instead of recognizing it as part of the process. Taking action despite fear is what separates dreamers from doers. You can have the best ideas, the biggest ambitions, and the strongest desires, but if fear stops you from acting on them, they'll never become reality. The first step is always the hardest. Your mind will come up with 100 reasons why now isn't the right time, why you should wait, why you're not quite ready. But the truth is, you will never feel fully ready. Waiting for the perfect moment is just another form of fear disguised as logic. The key to overcoming fear is understanding that action itself is what diminishes it. When you take that first step, no matter how small, you prove to yourself that the fear was bigger in your mind than in reality. The more you take action, the more confident you become. Confidence doesn't come before action. It comes as a result of action. You don't need to feel fearless before you start. You just need to start, and fear will begin to lose its grip on you. Failure is another major fear that holds people back. Nobody wants to fail. Nobody enjoys making mistakes. But failure is not the enemy. It's not a reflection of your worth or your potential. It's simply part of the process. Every successful person has failed, probably more times than they can count. The difference is they didn't let failure stop them. They saw it as a lesson, adjusted their approach, and kept moving forward. If you can reframe failure as a stepping stone instead of a dead end, it loses its power over you. Taking action despite fear also means ignoring the opinions of others. People will always have something to say. Some will doubt you, criticize you, or question your choices. But at the end of the day, their opinions don't shape your future. Your actions do. Worrying about what others think is one of the quickest ways to let fear control your life. The truth is, most people are too focused on their own lives to truly care about yours. And even if they do judge you, what does it really matter? The people who succeed are the ones who care more about their dreams than about seeking approval from others. Fear thrives in indecision. The longer you hesitate, the stronger fear becomes. But once you make a decision and take action, fear begins to fade. That's why the best way to break free from fear is to just do something, anything, that moves you in the direction of your goals. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need to start. Momentum builds when you take action, and with each step forward, fear becomes smaller and smaller. Growth and comfort cannot coexist. If you want to grow, if you want to build the future you dream of, you have to be willing to be uncomfortable. Fear is a natural part of stepping into something new, but it doesn't have to control you. The future belongs to those who are willing to feel the fear and take action anyway. Success is not about a single big moment, a lucky break, or one perfect opportunity. It's about what you do every single day. The small, consistent efforts that most people overlook are what separate those who succeed from those who don't. It's not just about working hard once or getting motivated for a short period. It's about showing up, doing the work, and pushing forward even when things don't go as planned. That's where consistency comes in. Most people start with excitement. They set goals, make big plans, and dream about what their life could look like. But when the initial excitement fades, when the results don't come as quickly as they expected, they start slowing down. They skip a day, then two, then a week. Before they know it, they've lost all momentum, and their dream becomes just another idea they never followed through on. That's why consistency is everything. The people who succeed are not always the most talented or the smartest. They're the ones who refuse to quit. Doing something once doesn't change anything. Going to the gym one time won't make you fit. Writing one page won't make you an author. Practicing a skill once won't make you an expert. It's about the daily, repetitive effort that builds real results over time. Success is about habits, not occasional effort. It's about the discipline to keep going even when you don't feel like it, when motivation is low, when the results aren't visible yet. That's the difference between those who achieve their goals and those who give up. But consistency alone isn't enough, because no matter how consistent you are, you will face setbacks. Things won't always go according to plan. You will fail. You will get rejected. You will feel frustrated. This is where resilience comes in. Resilience is the ability to keep going despite failure, to adapt when things get tough, and to push through when others would quit. Most people let failure define them. They take one rejection, one setback, one difficult moment, and let it convince them that they're not good enough, that their dream isn't possible. But failure is just part of the process. Every successful person has failed, usually more times than they can count. The difference is they didn't let failure stop them. They learned from it, adjusted, and kept moving forward. Resilience means understanding that success is never a straight line. It's full of ups and downs, highs and lows. There will be moments when you feel unstoppable and moments when you feel like nothing is working. The key is to keep going, to remind yourself why you started, and to trust that if you keep showing up and putting in the work, the results will come. It's easy to be consistent when things are going well, but the real test is what you do when things get hard. Do you keep going when progress is slow? Do you push forward when you don't feel like it? Do you stay committed even when things get tough? That's what separates those who succeed from those who don't. Most people underestimate the power of time. They want instant results, immediate success. But real success is built over months, years, even decades of consistent effort. The people who achieve great things aren't the ones who do something once and expect miracles. They're the ones who put in the work day after day, year after year. They understand that success isn't about speed, but about persistence. This is why so many people quit too soon. They try something for a few weeks or months, don't see the results they expected, and assume it's not working. But what they don't realize is that success takes time. The early stages of any journey are the hardest because you're putting in the effort without seeing the rewards yet. But if you stay consistent, if you refuse to quit, those efforts compound over time and eventually the results come. It's like planting a seed. At first you see nothing. You water it, take care of it, and still nothing happens. But underground, something is growing, roots are forming, the foundation is being built, and then one day